In this video, I'm going to introduce the viewing order of DC films and series from the start of Zack Snyder's universe up to the beginning of James Gunn's era. I'll provide the correct sequence for watching them. This video is for those who are not familiar with this universe or have seen the list out of order and want to watch it all again in the right order. The first film released under Zack Snyder's direction that marks the beginning of this universe is Man of Steel, 2013. This film tells the story of Clark Kent, who goes from being an ordinary worker to becoming the greatest hero in the DC universe, Superman. Throughout the film, Clark discovers his powers and learns how to use them. However, suddenly, one of the generals from Clark's home planet, Krypton, arrives on Earth, and General Zod officially becomes the main villain of this film. An incredible battle unfolds between these two characters, and this movie officially kickstarts Zack Snyder's universe. The film received good ratings and achieved notable success at the box office. Next, Wonder Woman, 2017. This film follows the story of Diana Prince, who lives on a hidden island called Themyscira. Only women inhabit this island, and they are powerful Amazonian warriors. Diana is the princess of this island, and men are not allowed to enter. Because of this, Zeus, the Greek god, has hidden the island to keep the immortal Amazonian warriors away from the ordinary world. One day, something unexpected happens. A plane crashes into the sea near the island, and the pilot, an American man, arrives. After meeting him, Diana learns about the outside world and decides to leave the island with him. However, the world outside is in the middle of World War I, in the year 1918. The villain of this film is Ares, the god of war, who is portrayed as the true cause of the war. The movie ends with a massive battle between Diana and Ares, and she ultimately defeats him, bringing the war to an end. This film received great reviews and was a major box office success. One of the main reasons for its success was Gal Gadot's performance as Wonder Woman. Now, we reach the turning point of the DCU. Batman v Superman, 2016. This film should be watched after Wonder Woman and Man of Steel to be familiar with both characters before seeing them in a team-up movie. This film brings two of the biggest and most popular superheroes in the world face-to-face in an intense conflict. The reason behind their rivalry is Superman being manipulated by Lex Luthor, one of his greatest enemies. This leads to an epic battle between a godlike being and a human. After their battle, the real villain of the film is revealed, and Batman and Superman team up with Diana to defeat him. The movie received mixed reviews but performed well at the box office. The reason for its strong performance was its intense battles and exciting characters. After this, we encounter a different film that is not directly connected to the previous ones but still takes place in the same universe. Suicide Squad, 2016. This movie presents a different story compared to previous films. It follows a group of ordinary villains known as Task Force X, who come together for a shared goal, to help their country. Amanda Waller assembles them, and they are recruited by a covert government agency. Their mission is to defeat Enchantress, a powerful and dangerous enemy. Enchantress is an ancient dark entity that possesses Dr. June Moon. The team includes Harley Quinn, Deadshot, Captain Boomerang, El Diablo, and the Joker, with Rick Flag leading them. This movie received poor ratings on IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes, but it performed very well at the box office. Despite the reviews, the film is fun and features some strong performances. Following this, we arrive at the most anticipated film on the list, Justice League, 2017. This was the last collaboration between Zack Snyder and Warner Brothers, as his contract ended after this film. This movie brings back characters from previous films and introduces some new ones. The team includes Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Flash, and Cyborg. The story is about a threat from Darkseid's generals on the planet Apocalypse. Darkseid himself is introduced for the first time in this universe, and his role plays a crucial part in shaping the story. Bruce Wayne realizes the danger and gradually gathers the team, forming the Justice League. However, the movie was released in two different versions. The first one, directed by Joss Whedon after Zack Snyder left for personal reasons, got a lot of criticism. People didn't like it because of its uneven tone, pacing issues, and shallow characters. The second version, Zack Snyder's Justice League, came out in 2021 as the director's cut. It was longer, had a deeper story, and made more sense overall. Many fans consider it the best version because it fully shows Snyder's vision. This version also dives deeper into the character of Darkseid, giving him more presence and making his role in the larger DC universe clear. Even though the movie didn't get great ratings, watching Superman, Batman, and the rest of the team in action is still exciting. Plus, the final battle and Darkseid's looming threat make it an essential chapter in the DC universe. Next, Aquaman, 2018. After the audience's positive response to Justice League, this film introduced another member of the team, Aquaman, played by Jason Momoa, alongside Mera, played by Amber Heard. The film tells the story of Atlantis and its warriors. Aquaman is half human, half Atlantean, which makes him an outsider in both worlds and leads to conflicts with enemies underwater. This forces him and Mera to return to land. The main villain of this film is Orm Marius, also known as Ocean Master, who wants to unite the underwater kingdoms to wage war against humans. However, Aquaman stops him. This film received average reviews but had an incredible box office performance, largely due to its stunning underwater visuals and star-studded cast. The next film is Shazam, 2019. This film introduces a new story and universe with a 14-year-old boy named Billy Batson, who is accidentally chosen by a powerful wizard one day and receives special powers. By saying the word Shazam, Billy transforms into an adult superhero with divine abilities, but he still has the mind of a teenager. The movie has a childish and unappealing story, and it marks the beginning of this company's decline, along with James Gunn. This film has received average to above-average ratings, but in my opinion, it's not worth watching. The next film is Birds of Prey, 2020. This film tells the story of Harley Quinn after her breakup with the Joker. She tries to find her independence, but she becomes the target of a mafia boss named Roman Siones, also known as Black Mask, who is searching for a valuable diamond. This brings Harley into conflict with him. She then forms an all-female team and successfully defeats Black Mask. This film received mixed reviews and had low box office returns compared to its production cost, continuing the declining trend of DC films after Shazam. Next, Wonder Woman 1984, 2020. This story takes place 66 years after the first Wonder Woman film. Diana is still living on Earth among humans, distant from Themyscira, secretly fighting crime and injustice in Washington, D.C. But she is still grieving the death of Steve Trevor, whom she met in the first film. Diana lives in solitude, holding on to her past. In this film, we are introduced to an ancient artifact called the Dreamstone, which grants its possessor one wish. However, the catch is that for every wish granted, the stone takes something valuable from the person. Diana, unaware of this, wishes for Steve's resurrection, and he comes back to life. But as a result, Diana begins to lose her powers gradually, eventually becoming more human. The film received poor reviews and failed commercially at the box office. It's the third consecutive DC film to underperform. Wonder Woman 1984 was one of the last films released under Zack Snyder's direction, and it came out in 2020, before James Gunn took over the DC universe. Next, The Suicide Squad, 2021. This movie isn't a sequel to the 2016 film, but rather James Gunn's version, telling a brand new story with different characters. However, it does bring back Harley Quinn, played by Margot Robbie, and Rick Flag from the previous film. The story follows a group of anti-heroes brought together by Amanda Waller for a mission called Project Starfish. Starfish is actually the villain of the story, an alien creature capable of controlling people and using them as soldiers to destroy Earth. This movie also introduces Peacemaker, a cool and fan-favorite character, played by John Cena for the first time. It's considered one of the best among the 4 previous films and has received great reviews. One reason it stands out compared to the others could be its R rating, which allows for more intense action, darker humor, and a grittier tone. Another major factor is James Gunn's direct involvement in every aspect of the film, from writing to directing, which gave it a unique style and vision. We now get to the first series on this list, Peacemaker 2022. This series is a follow-up to the Suicide Squad 2021. The main character, Christopher Smith, is an anti-hero who believes in achieving peace, no matter the cost, even if it means killing. After returning home, the government sends him on a new mission. This time, Peacemaker and his team must stop a mysterious threat known as the Butterflies, dangerous alien creatures that take over human bodies and control them. The series received amazing reviews and, thanks to its massive popularity, a second season is on the way. Peacemaker is hardcore in every way, like violence, strong language, and nude scenes. One of the reasons fans love it so much. And that was the end of the list. But there are also other bad movies that didn't really deserve a mention, like Black Adam 2022, Shazam 2, Aquaman 2, and Blue Beetle. But if you're not a fan of the actors or characters in these films, watching them would be a waste of time. After these bad films and the disappointing end of the first phase of James Gunn, we had some decent DC movies like The Batman 2022 and the Penguin series from Matt Reeves, which were considered masterpieces, but they had nothing to do with James Gunn's universe. But the second phase of James Gunn has started, and it looks promising. For now, the animated series Creature Commandos has been released and received good feedback, and this summer we're also expecting a Superman movie, so we're waiting for a new chapter in the DC universe. If you've watched any movies or series that I haven't mentioned, please let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.